What's going on, y'all? Jimmy Macrum, Marcus Cash. It's time for the All Elite recap for the September 16th edition of All Elite Wrestling's Wednesday Night Dynamite. That is a lot of fucking words. I really like the show.
I didn't dwell on it a little bit, but I'm excited. Is the best verb?
Adverb.
Adverb.
Mm-hmm.
I feel English also, for those of you who are at home. Best adverb can come up for it. Just because of the different things that are coming out of this episode.
I'm confused. You're excited about the show? You're excited
about
what the show brought?
What it leads to.
Okay, so what do you think of the show in and of itself? In a vacuum, as they say. By they, I mean me.
Very solid.
Very solid.
Very solid.
Okay, fair enough. Show started with before the tag team match, we started with the Young Bucks, who are in complete rebel mode. And
they're in a dark place, Jimmy.
They're in a dark place, and by being rebels, they decided to fucking assault referees.
Yeah. And had $5,000 each a piece on them.
Well, to be fair, no, they both didn't throw it, just one of them threw it.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was 10 grand or 5 grand that we were as one.
Well, maybe. Oh my God! If they only got charged $5,000 for as a unit.
Yes.
Yuck. Well, yeah, they had it on them ready because they had planned, by the way, which makes it more egregious, to super kick a referee for a match, and then
That didn't involve them, by the way.
They didn't involve them at all. On a night they didn't involve them because they didn't have a match, and then flippantly tossed their money at the it's not the owner, but yeah, the boss.
Tony Khan looks. Listen, I know you're a billionaire, so if you see this, please don't ruin my life. But he looks ridiculous. He looks like he shouldn't be in charge.
What was the analogy from Entourage?
He looks like Billy Walsh. They were to cut Billy Walsh in here. He looks like Billy Walsh. Suit!
Yeah, he t-shirt and a shorts thing with the hair.
Yes. Very
nerdish.
Very loose. Oh shit. His dad is the one that made the money, right?
Yeah.
I was about to say, he feels very like my dad is a billionaire and I inherited billions of dollars. No offense, I'm sure you're a talented man. Jeez, I had to cut that. He would ruin my life. Never sees it. He sees it at one of those times still. Like, I fucking, you dare?
And I thought you were the tech to find it.
He'd probably just watching random shit on the internet.
Yeah. What the Cornets say?
So the Bucks are heels, at least in this situation.
No. They're just in a dark place.
So you get to assault random not wrestlers.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They're not full-fledged heels. They'll probably be facing heels in their next match.
Let's say, because to be honest, the actual heels felt far more badass than they did. First of all, they mocked.
Yeah. Is everything alright with the Elite?
Is he really elite?
Mm-hmm.
At least you attacked the biggest guy. I loved it. I gotta be honest, the FTR has grown on me tremendously. First of all, something like they did nothing to improve. They turned heel and they started fucking not acting fat.
Just didn't give them time.
No, what the fuck? Am I running a halfway house? You said they're the best in the world, so be that. Be that. And over the last 3 weeks, they've been that.
After they signed their contracts. So when they were officially AEW.
You're silly. I'm not doing
They're
shit.
amazing.
I'm not doing shit. Like he'll say, I wasn't trolling, you overreacted. I'm not doing it. So then, was that FTR? Who had the match with Jurassic Express?
Yes.
That was a really good match. Really solid match. First of all, the heel dynamic works tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
Their chemistry with both members of Jurassic Express, where they are bullies to Jungle Boy and they are afraid of Luchasaurus, works. And I liked it a lot.
And it was a great showcase for Jack Perry.
Yes, Jungle Jack Perry was the star of the match.
And they didn't rely on the crutch of either Marco Stunt or too much involvement from Tully Blanchard.
Yes.
He factored into the finish, but
which was solid. It kind of painted them as a total unit who all worked together with heelness.
yeah. But like they didn't like lean into it too much. Like he didn't have too much to do. Like Arn Anderson has had in Cody matches, for example.
Agreed. I like that they got together and kind of huddled together several times to discuss strategy. I liked it. Overall, that was a fun start to the show. I think after that, Matt Hardy was attacked backstage.
What happened?
Which Chris Jericho asked with a baseball bat over his shoulder and then mocked him, which was hilarious. Then it was... This is where it could have went either way for me. I did enjoy it, I would say. I landed on the good side. It was Frankie Kazarian versus Adam Page. Hangman Page. First of all, I like the pants. A little test looking, but I like it. For those of you younger than 47 like we are, look up Andrew Martin test.
You made an analogy, didn't you?
I don't remember what it was.
No.
You made an analogy.
No, but you had one that was better.
I don't
But
know.
Andrew Test Martin and Hangman Adam Page.
First of all, you made it. You talked about pages and tests, and then I said the bar. But we're not doing that.
Oh, it was a bar exam, right?
Yeah. Ugh.
Right, that's what it was. That was his joke.
Oh.
The bar exam one was yours. What?
I didn't want to talk about any of this right now.
Sorry. It's a good pun. They deserve it.
They're terrible. They stunk. I was stinking on purpose. Now people think I stink them accidentally.
To be fair, it's wrestling fans. Do you care?
No. Okay. They're awful people.
I care, though.
Don't give me another fucking rant of wrestling fans. They're terrible people. You're terrible people, most of you. 63% at last I checked.
Especially the ones that don't follow my page.
I'm not sure what it is now that you all are millennials or whatever the generation under that is. Generation Z?
See,
Generation Z'd up. Maybe you're more tolerant. I doubt it sincerely.
Too tolerant?
No. Compared to what they were, mocking, what's fucking Dana Brooke? Mocking Dana Brooke for no good reason? Ugh, call her pigs on? Anyway, that's terrible. That's the point. It was a good match, Kazarian and Page. Too good of a match, quite frankly, if you're going to ask my booking opinion. Page should be running through Frank Kazarian.
Too long, too even.
Too much. But they had some good spots, because they're always good spots.
Yeah. A solid hand.
Kenny Omega on commentary.
I can do it now.
Listen, if he doesn't want to fuck with Page anymore, why is he on commentary? For this match in particular.
During this match. But also, when he has that personality, and that complete lack of charisma,
I'm sorry.
why is Kenny Omega on commentary ever? Ever.
Listen, I enjoy Kenny Omega.
Like, if Kenny Omega got hurt, and you need to figure out a way to get him on TV, commentary table's not it.
He's a great wrestler. Best of this generation.
He made Excalibur sound like one of the best announcers.
How long have you been honest?
Just saying, that's.
He cut me off 3 times to tell me Kenny Omega stinks. We know, we got it.
I don't know, but they like him, so I gotta drive it home.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, the match was fine. Page won, and then Omega went to the back without acknowledging him.
Which was doubly weird, because why'd you come off of commentary in the first place to just leave?
Yeah, I don't know that part. No, but to be fair, I know most of you love it. According to Sid, I don't know. I get my information about wrestling fans from him. Most of you love this fucking Page, FTR, Omega, Young Bucks angle. Most of you guys love it. I don't.
I heard it's the best storytelling. I think it's trash.
Trash?
It's atrocious. Hangman has not wanted anything to do with them for months, and because I don't watch the YouTube show, I missed the part where everything got kumbaya.
Maybe they're gonna tie this all together splendidly with some ridiculous heel turn. Fucking turns out the Young Bucks and FTR were working together the whole time. Something fucking preposterous like that. But for me, this all feels overwritten, is the word I would say.
There's a lot of that in AEW. Overwriting.
Keep it simple, stupid, as my fucking social studies teacher used to say. It's very detailed notes here. MJF versus Darky.
So MJF had a dark match.
The match, it was squash. I think it was one move, actually.
Yeah, it was against Sean Dean, by the way.
You know his name.
Yeah. The captain, Sean Dean. He has a nickname also.
The captain?
Yeah. He was in the Air Force, military, or something.
Oh.
He served our country.
The cat. Oh, I know it wasn't Navy.
Well, to be fair, it could be the Navy. That's why he's not there anymore.
Wow.
Too much.
To be fair. MJF afterwards cut a really good promo.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's probably halfway a middle tier promo for him.
Yeah.
It was really good. That's just what he does.
For him, on the lower end, for wrestling promos nowadays in general, pretty solid.
Really good. I liked him before some Justin Roberts should talk about him as the undefeated, undisputed, uncrowned
Yep.
AEW World Champion of All Elite Wrestling, which is superfluous at the very most.
Yeah.
But it worked. He talked about how he might be starting a stable or a faction.
Ties in a lot to those rumors with the Revelation, although I don't like that fit.
At all. To me, I don't know who I want. I don't want MJF.
I'm good with Spears, FTR, maybe Cody, if we're going to do that, or Hangman, either way. I think MJF needs... Remember when he had Blade and Butcher at first?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he needs just, like, mercenaries who can't talk whatsoever.
That's an odd choice. We can't talk whatsoever.
Because then the microphone is only in MJF's hands.
Ooh, so it's like LeBron needs shooters. No playmakers when you guy.
Yeah. It's like what Eddie Kingston's doing now. He took 4 guys that are solid in the ring.
Can't talk. I'll take him here.
Yeah. And he's the only one allowed to talk.
You know what? You just sold me on it. I gotta be honest, he feels like he should have people who are significantly beneath him.
Significantly. Like the Wardlow thing, which finally makes sense.
Yes, FTR, they're not. They're their own act.
Yeah.
I too far thought we were on the right track with him having his own, like, his political campaign. I thought they would eventually evolve into like a stable. It's a cabinet. JBL's cabinet, essentially.
With Wardlow and Lee Johnson and all these guys.
Yes. Well, whatever. We'll see what he does. I'm down for it.
He already fired his Jillian Hall.
Yeah. Now you want to smile. She's not smiling. After that, kind of weirdly laid out, quite frankly, because then Eddie Kingston comes out
Immediately after.
with his crew for a promo. Eddie Kingston killed it because that's what he does.
And kept track of the show.
Yes.
He referenced the MJF promo.
Immediately. We're not a faction. We're not a stable. We're a family.
It took me time to realize the significance of the wording during his promo, but I'm here for it.
So, really quickly, before we get to that part, he keeps referencing he didn't lose the Battle Royal.
She did not.
Because he was never eliminated.
He didn't go over the top.
Where this is going to go, I don't know.
I don't know if he's even told to mention it. I think he just throws it out there when he comes out.
I hope at least for a title match. A throwaway title match. Not like a full feud, but a throwaway title match.
A shot at Moxley.
Yes.
You got Archer at the anniversary show, so maybe the next pay-per-view or the in-between.
Yeah, 2 weeks after the Archer thing.
Then between the anniversary and the pay-per-view.
Then he said, we got our family in order. It's time for the Blade to get his family in order.
His house in order.
Yes, we know he is married to the Bunny.
Yep.
Who is now, what's her name?
Her name's Allie.
Okay.
But she's just wasting time with QT Marshall. Although they didn't specifically in words do it, but they're making reference to the bunny thing with Allie again, because now she has a logo on her jacket that's a bunny that says Allie.
So you would imagine that this is Eddie Kingston's referencing.
Yeah.
I hope, very much hope.
It needs to be so, because none of this QT Marshall stuff needed to happen in the first place. Like at all.
So if that happens, we could see a feud between the Nightmare family and Eddie Kingston's family.
Which might have been called the Family of Violence?
I hope so. I like that name a lot. It's a little wordy, I understand, but I like it a lot. Nation Domination is wordy, to be fair. Family of Violence is clean.
Yeah.
I want that to happen. I want that feud. I actually want that feud to happen.
I wanted to.
That feels like a pretty good, outside of QT Marshall, I know you don't like Dustin. That's a really solid.
And Dustin's going to be the point microphone person for the Nightmare family.
To be fair, shouldn't we? To be fair, I know you don't like Dustin. You give me somebody else I like since Cody's not around. Yeah, it has to be.
No talking? Just no talking, preferably.
That's what they should do, actually. They should do some Matt Hardy stuff. Eddie Kingston talks for him, and then he puts on a wig and he talks for the Nightmare family, too.
Or do like what Sammy does when it's a commercial. Just come out with cue cards. We'll need to read it.
Christ.
Preferably as you come out to a commercial.
Are you really that against all of this?
The Nightmare Shamily in general, yes.
What did you just say?
The Nightmare Shamily? Yeah.
Any fucking who. Then we get a tag match, Jericho and Hager versus Private Party. Oh, wait. Before we go to that, I almost forgot. We skipped ahead. We didn't show Eddie Kingston proper respect.
Yeah, no.
Fucking he tells Butcher Blade to grab a victim out of the front row. They grab 3.
Yeah.
Because why not? And they just beat the shit out of him.
One had blue hair.
Yes. Which is
and he got beat in the ring. And it's hilarious.
Yes. Eddie Kingston references hair 3 times and changed the color twice. He said blue hair twice, and then he called green hair. I'm like, Jesus, alright. You can have enough respect for his hair, right? I love Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
We both thought he should be signed right away. Before he even wrestled that match with fucking Cody. Just him talking, like sign this motherfucker immediately.
Because they don't have enough people to talk like this.
No.
In the company in general.
There's Taz and Snake and him. That's it.
Mox has been up there. Right? But it's a short list. 5, 6 people that can cut a solid promo.
Yes.
And it was even highlighted even more in this episode when you had Omega at the commentary people. You need
Jesus Christ! You just remember Omega again?
Coleman and Kingston. I gotta talk about people that can't talk.
Jesus Christ, he won't let this shit go. He really dislikes Kenny Omega's promos. That was a promo, it was just him talking.
It's a personality.
Yes, he's a bore.
He's amazing in the ring, by the
is.
way. But he should not open his mouth. Like, at all. At all. Kenny, oh my god, is he still talking?
Jericho and Hager versus Private Party. This match was fine for what it was.
It was surprising though. Private Party, for whatever reason, I don't know who they've pissed off. But they have been on the short end of the stick for a year now on Dynamite when they should be one of the upper tag team acts.
I agree.
And you see the promo, the graphic where they're going to face Jericho and Hager, and you're like, oh, another loss, and it's probably going to be not a quick one because they don't know how to do that, but
yeah,
not going to go so well for them.
Not getting anything out of it.
It was a little bit of a showcase.
A little bit of a showcase. I liked it.
Private Party got some offense, and they were looking good, and I might have my hopes up, but I'm hoping Jericho is now, since he's done with Orange Cassidy, and he needs to bring Hager along for the ride, right, and be able to talk for Hager while Hager does the actual in-ring stuff because Jericho's fat. Right?
Jesus.
Doing a tag team thing and have a proper Private Party.
That feels like a stretch, especially since he just beat them clean. Well, not clean, but he beat them.
But he also probably beat up Matt Hardy, who's supposed to be Private Party's mentor.
Right.
And hopefully Matt Hardy can go back to mentoring Private Party so he can do less of the 3,000-year-old wrestling thing.
I think you're off base, considering you forgot last week Matt Hardy already said he's going to focus on the singles title. He said that World Championship, but then he also broke the TNT title.
I'm hoping that's just a concussion.
Just a concussion talking.
I'm hoping.
That's where most of my ambitions come from. Fucking concussions.
Or maybe because Reba was there and he had to, say something. Because she will.
Yeah, she will. I love her. She's a soldier. She's a fucking soldier.
But anyway, it could work, especially because the last man standing technically was Mark Quinn.
Yes, that's what I was gonna get to. Jericho won the match with his fantastic elbow. It's been fantastic the last couple weeks. This comes out of 10, right?
It's a lot of yeah.
But then they attacked Isaiah.
Yeah,
and
they were stomping out Isaiah.
And then Mark Quinn by himself made the save, which makes you wonder how the fuck he won the match. But anyway, the point is, he made the save, and it kind of stood there like.
And remember, Mark Quinn's the one that had the singles match with Cody.
Yeah, he kind of stood there like he was
the guy.
Yeah, equal with Chris Jericho. Like, I'm here for that.
At the very least, equal with Orange Cassidy and all the other, mid-card mafia that Jericho's been trying to elevate.
I do hope this becomes a feud. While they won't have the greatest matches, they will do a lot for Private Party.
It would be so fun. Also.
Yeah.
Between Jericho shenanigans and Private Party just being Private Party.
Just having Private Party bump around for fucking... First, having Isaiah, by the way, after he took the elbow, his arm shook for 12 minutes.
And somehow he's still amazing and hilarious without squealing once in this match.
Yes, having Private Party essentially bump around for fucking Swagger and Jericho while also doing their ridiculous spots.
Yes.
I'm here for it. Nah, you probably gotta do it for Matt Hardy promo or two. But,
we're good with it. If we can go back to Doc Hendricks' version of Big Money Matt, I think we got something here.
Fair enough. Next match was Thunder Rosa versus Ivelisse.
Yeah.
This was...
Did you know, I saw something online.
Oh,
Did you notice, we probably weren't paying as much attention to this particular match.
Don't put me with you. Phone's me.
But apparently they were sniffing each other, pause, a little bit during this match.
I did catch that. I just figured that's how they wrestle.
Apparently they were not getting along backstage, and Ivelisse was trying to prove something, And so she was stiffing Thunder Rosa, who felt the need to defend NWA's honor and not look weak.
First of all, I
stiffed her back.
First of all, where'd you get that last part from?
I forget something.
Defend NWA's honor. First of all, every wrestler I've ever known who's been stiffed and could do something about it, like you're not being stiffed by Bob Holly or somebody, you stiffed him back because this motherfucker just punched you for real.
But in particular, her being the champion there.
No, this motherfucker's hit this motherfucker. This cunt. I'm being a girl now, so I can say cunt. This cunt just hit me in the fucking face 3 times. Alright, defend NWA's honor. How about I defend myself before I catch a black eye? All the fucks out here. But yeah, as you can tell, it was very awkward. There was no chemistry.
No,
like,
not at all.
There should have been, and it wasn't. You know what? Now you're telling me there was a beef. It makes sense. I can see that.
These are working together.
At all.
This is 3 matches, and this is going to be hot take, apparently, from what I'm seeing online.
Here we go.
I'm not super enthused with Thunder Rosa. I don't think she's amazing.
No, she's not amazing. Do people think she's amazing? First of all,
her matches.
You have a tendency to overstate what people think.
Her matches were, I think, the 2 of her matches in AEW have been like the best women's matches in AEW or something along those lines.
First of all, fucks no. Unless you're going to be old Jim Cornette on me and tell me that now it's not a girl. Fair enough. Yeah, you can make that argument if you like. But fucking Nyla versus Rio is easily better than any match I've ever seen in fucking AEW.
Never known before. Cheetah match.
Like, that's better than any Thunder Rosa match. Like, knock it off. Knock it all the way off.
Why? Because she's got a gimmick? Like, I don't care.
I don't care. But you really don't like her. She didn't find me.
She's alright. She's serviceable. I don't know about being the NWA Women's Champion and the International Princess Champion and this, that, and the third. And what bothered me the most about this episode
Here we go.
is the NWA Women's Champion having a match on Dynamite that the AEW Women's Champion didn't have a match on.
Why should she have a match? What does she have to prove?
She can beat up a jobber, but
why? We've seen her beat up jobbers already.
She's that company's champion. Showcase should be on her.
It's not a showcase for her. To me, it was a showcase for Evil East. And why would I showcase Evil East against my champ, who's supposed to be better than these people?
I think it's odd. I get you have to do the working relationship thing, but I don't know. I don't like putting the focus on the other guys. People.
Who came out the strongest
In this match?
out of this situation?
I don't think anybody does.
She came out the strongest in the situation. That match was really even. Evil East got started in her ass kicked, and then Sheeta came in and made the save with relative ease. To me, it was established Sheeta is better than everybody in this ring.
I guess. I just don't like the writing that she would defend Thunder
There we
Rosa.
go. Now it's a different
Or help her.
Okay, go ahead. Sheeta, the babiest face of babiest faces, is not going to help somebody who's being attacked 2-on-1. We've established there is no baby face besides Sheeta on this level. I'm trying to think of one. Maybe Scorpio Sky or somebody.
That's a fair assessment.
Now, come on now. She's not going to say, come on now. You're the champ. Come on now.
That's a fair assessment.
You know what? I'll take it from you and leave it at that. I know someone to get. All I'm gonna
I
get.
just don't want them teaming up and being cordial, even. Like
Being cordial.
Like that's the other champion of the other company. They're
They're not. I don't want to be rude to them.
at each other's throats.
They're not at each other's throats.
They should be.
They shouldn't be. Fucking LeBron James has no beef with the greatest high school basketball player in the world. He just doesn't. You guys should be at each other's throats. Why? I should help this motherfucker. What? Why? They're not equals. No offense to NWA. I'm just saying. I don't know who the women's champion is. It's Bailey. And who cares? It's not Banks anymore, so who cares? Bailey and fucking
Asuka.
No, I just said I don't care. What are you paying attention? Bailey and Sheeta can have beef, but not Sheeta and NWA. So you out of your fucking mind? Sorry, Oscar, I do love you, but I stopped watching Lost Streak.
Nobody's ready.
That's terrible booking.
They're not doing many favors either, but
Then speaking of great promos, Snake comes out with Archer.
much more subdued and in control.
Much more than Snake. I guess they fucking shot him or something.
Somebody definitely sat him down, but listen.
Oh yes, because he fucking didn't even talk over. Well, we'll get to it. Snake comes out. He talks about the 6-man tag they have coming up next week with Archer's team versus Moxie's team, and then
interesting. A lot of potential to screw that up.
And they didn't even come close. They did the opposite, screw it up. They hit like 4 home runs in a row. So I forgot how you phrased it, but the point is, he's got Taz.
Yeah.
The devil you know.
The devil you know, or the Tasmaniac, as you know. Or
no. Jesus, I love that. You took it like you knew what he said. Devil you know. You're like, yes, exactly. Jesus. The Tasmanian devil, as you know. That's the whole point. Yes. And of course, his two partners are fucking Team Taz.
Yeah.
Brian Cage and Ricky Starks.
We're excited to work with them.
That feels like stretch.
Because it's going to lead to a title match.
There you go. I love how Archer fucking completely stayed a character at all times and almost attacked Taz even after he kind of, hey, relax. So to be fair, I love that.
Yeah.
I love the continuation of the feud.
Mm-hmm.
I love the chemistry that Cage and Archer have when they're next to each other, at least.
This unstoppable presence plus Ricky Starks.
Oh, to be fair, it's probably been the best out of the group the last few weeks, quite frankly. Ricky Starks and that. And that's haters.
I can't go skateboard with my friends.
Ricky Starks is amazing. So then Moxley comes out, and Moxley cuts
a Moxley promo.
To be fair, he's been on fire for months at this point. At this point, we even call it on fire. It's like saying LeBron James on fire this week. That's just what he does.
It's been very Californian lately.
That's just what he does. He's that good. Obviously, he brings out, what's his name?
Will Hobbs.
Will Hobbs.
Willpower.
Big
motherfucker boy.
Big, black, muscle ass, this motherfucker.
Like he looked like he ate Marcus Corban. Like he is. He's a big
Marcus Corban. Wow.
Monty Brown.
Yes, that's who I know him as. I don't remember that name.
Marcus Corban was a WWE ECW.
I love that as a pick. That was his pick afterwards, because before he could even get the pick out of his face, Cage and Starks jumped him.
Yeah. Because Starks is dressed up again, like as a fan.
Yes.
He gets him from behind.
And then
gets put through something.
Security like runs in, try to stop him, and they do. By the way, first time I've ever seen a wrestler get stopped by security, and they do it.
Well, one wrestler gets stopped by one security guard. I've never seen that in wrestling.
You stop, but they weren't gonna stop Cage, and Cage fucking went after him.
They're like, we got this guy.
Yes. Then Will Hobbs.
Like Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes. Will Hobbs makes the save. He looked like a star to me. He's got a lot of charisma about himself.
Yeah, a lot like intensity, like charisma from intensity, like.
He's got a great look.
Yeah.
The third guy's going to be Darby Allin. Moxley signed him up, by the way.
Oh, yeah, apparently he's like, hey, come down next week, and then that was enough for Tony Khan. I like it. Graphic.
Yeah, he's been drafted. He's been drafted into this war, so shut up and get here. I like it. To me,
I guess he's okay after being dumped on his head in a bag full of thumbtacks.
And to be fair, he's a flesh wound. It's the big fruit.
The landing on your neck part, like
that part's a little rough, but landing on your neck on thumbtacks doesn't make it any worse. Yeah. More painful, but not any worse for your neck. Snake looked good. Archer looked good. Taz looked good. Cage looked good.
They kept one microphone, by the way. We didn't mention.
No, yes, for those three.
They had Jake give it to Taz.
When Moxley started talking, Jake managed to keep his mouth shut somehow, because he had the mic back somehow. I'm very impressed. Yeah. They all looked good. Moxley looked. He always looks good. Goddamn, I'm telling you, I'm a John Moxley fan. Dean Ambrose made me sick. But John Moxley, he's the guy. Hobbs looked good, and Darby will look good, because he always does.
Yeah. He'll try to kill himself 3-4 times in that match. It'll be amazing.
No, we apparently disagree on this main event. I loved this main event up until the finish.
So we are on the same page.
Do you love this main event up until the finish? I love this main event.
But I hated the finish. So that's why I came in between on it overall.
Okay.
The main event itself, for a parking lot fight,
yes,
it was very good. It was a lot better than it had any business of being.
It did.
For being a parking lot fight. Generally, those are haphazard, what should be 2, 3, 4 minute clusterfucks, and then it's over. Violent and quick. This was lengthy, had a lot of spots, and it all looks good for the most part. The door thing was a little weird, but it's it's like the four of them, Best Friends and Santana Ortiz, looked good in this match.
They did. They looked great. I think great.
And then they flushed it away. I get that you have to put Orange Cassidy on your television. I even agree with that because I'm very much a fan, as are most people that watch this show.
Mm-hmm.
And it does hark back to when he used to just randomly appear, like that time Ortiz found him in the bathroom.
Yes.
Right? But we've gone so far into pushing Orange Cassidy that he's now, I don't even know what to use as an analogy. He comes in, he's Superman punching people and laying them all out, and he's the big difference. It steals the spotlight from Best Friends, who look better in this match than they have in quite a few matches.
Yeah.
It also, which I personally didn't like, it cost Santana and Ortiz the match, because out of the four of them, you can say what you want about Trent, Santana is the star in this match.
Okay.
With the best singles prospects in this match.
Sure, I disagree with you, but okay.
Orange Cassidy included, by the way. So, I think anytime there's a decision, a win to be had, if Santana is in it in a tag match, Santana should be picking up this win.
You can't. You were mad at the babyfaces. Did you think babyface should have won this match? Just to roll off feud, shouldn't the babyface win this match?
Typically a babyface, but again, Santana Ortiz is so badass.
But we're not
in particular.
We can't keep doing that because Santana's not getting pushed. So he's not getting pushed as a single star. He's not getting pushed as a star. So that should factor into the equation. Who should win the match based on the feud?
If this was not Santana, then I guess the faces. But the whole, it's hard to root for the faces who are fighting for the honor of their mom and her minivan. Like, that's so corny. Like, the whole build of this feud and this fight was corny. Like, these are men who get paid to fight.
Completely disagree.
These are men who get paid to fight. The main event was called a fight. Now we're talking about brawls. We're talking about fights.
We were so on the same page, and then you flushed it down the toilet like they did the main event. Listen. It started silly with the minivan. Fair enough. Santana Ortiz made it not silly when they fucked up and with a ridiculous amount of violence. Then there's the bleach. Then there's the comeback. Then there is the I wish your mom was in the band, which immediately makes it not funny anymore. Then we get the intensity last week. I feel like I'm sick. I gotta run this shit down for you. Then we get the intensity from fucking Best Friends last week, where they talk about the fight and how we're not coming to hug, we're not going to do any of that bullshit, which they didn't do throughout the match, which I liked. So it built up to a violent crescendo. And so I disagree with everything you said after you kind of left the finish of the match. As for the finish of the match,
include the mom.
that's not the finish of the match. Mom was not involved in the finish of the match.
Pick them up.
Mom was not involved in the finish of the match, what I just said.
Oh, she was involved at the end of the show.
There we go. Took long enough. He was trying to wiggle his way in there, but he didn't get it. Here's why it didn't work for me. And while you were talking, it hit me why. You're talking about Orange Cassidy was a star. It worked when Orange Cassidy was their guy. When Orange Cassidy was here and they were there. When he was like the sideshow gimmick. But now Orange Cassidy's here. So when he comes out and fucking saves the day, he's overshadowing them now. Before he was just this guy that comes in and he does goofy stuff.
He's the plus one.
He's Flavor Flav, which is fine. But when Flavor Flav showed up at fucking your show, that's fine. When fucking Eminem showed up at your show, it's not Eminem's show. And so to speak. And yeah, it ruined it for me.
It takes all the heat off of Best Friends. For them to get the win, but also not be the most important part of the win.
You know what? The way you just said that, I wouldn't have minded that spot halfway through the match. If you got to use Orange Cassidy, halfway through the match.
And then still Best Friends get the win because of their own efforts.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes. And then they can do the whole driveway spot, etc., etc.
I could do it out the driveway. But at least, if you're going to push the Best Friends and have them pick up the win, be because of them. Not because they lucked their way into a win because of their friend who took their spot.
He's an asshole. Hiding in trunks.
Like
bathrooms. All that said, I really like the show. From start to almost finish, I really like the show. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 or something like that.
Very exciting. Like I think we ran down well enough. All the things that could come out of this. You've got Family of Violence versus Nightmare Family, which immediately jumps off the list, right? I would imagine that Santana Ortiz and Best Friends are not finished.
Yes, we're done.
Where do either one go to?
Who cares? Where does Private Party go to after whatever the fuck they did before this? They're done.
Private Party and Jericho. It's another thing I'm looking for.
This is done. I will say with 100% certainty this feud is over.
Which one?
Main event.
Oh. Yeah.
It's over. There's no need for another match. The fucking good guys won. That's when the movie ends. It's over.
Well, there was not a need for a second or third Orange Cassidy Jericho match, but they still did it. So.
Yeah. After the Mimosa match, we had our street fight. It's over.
Private Party Jericho, Family Blast, Nightmare Family. Right?
That's six-man tag.
That six-man tag, and all the components within it, which, by the way, includes a hell of a lot more spotlight than I would have anticipated for Will Hobbs.
That's an interesting spot to put him in. I think it works a lot. Like, I really like.
The fact that they avoided having the big new guy as hired muscle, but instead he's a face.
What do you call it? This is inspired booking. I like him in this spot a lot. You know, I don't really know much about him. Aside from that he got beat last time I was on. Like most of Darky's is in AEW. I had to bring it up.
It's not a good look for the job guys on AEW Dark. Which is not even a pun. That's the name of the show.
Yeah. I know you know they'll go with Sheeta and Thunder Rosa or whatever's coming of that. They have a tag team match against Ivelisse and
Diamante.
Listen, I don't know who runs the women backstage. Fabulous Moolah.
I thought it was Omega.
But whoever does, first of all, if he does, then never mind. It can't be him that sits him down and has to talk with him. What?
First off, all four women in this feud are more intense than getting Omega.
Yeah. So, Brandy, she feels that she can get. No, she doesn't feel fucking.
Brandy will figure out a way to make the storyline about her.
Not where I was gonna go with that. Anyway, somebody sits Ivelisse and Thunder Rosa down and tells them to knock that shit off. Once is fine. I get it. Fucking you're athletes in the violent sport, so to speak. Once is fine. Twice, that's enough. Don't do this shit again. Tony Khan, fucking pull your big boy pants. Tell them to knock that shit off.
We'll put on pants first instead of shorts, and then pull them off.
I'd tell Tully to do it, but I'm afraid of what might come out of his face.
None of the older white guys, please.
Whole lot of slurs going on.
None of the older white. Not Tully, not Jake. Maybe Taz. Taz might be able to pull it off.
Taz can do it.
Taz New York enough.
Because Taz would insult them for being women.
Yeah.
Tully would insult them. And this Jack. Oh, Jace, Tully. Jace.
Oh, you can't say Jack anymore? So, yeah. I want to see more Ivelisse. I think she's fresh enough.
Where you can do this? You just find her attractive. She's 57 years old.
I don't because she's Puerto Rican.
I don't. So that has stopped you from busting nuts before. Just knock it all the way off. Who the fuck are we kidding?
What's the word when you do something as a retribution? Like what? How do you make that adjective? Retributal? Retributive?
I don't know.
How do you make that retribution-like fashion of nut busting? But
listen. I'm sure she's talented in her own way.
I think she's fresh enough. I don't know how long Thunder Rosa is here to stay. Again, not super impressed. I don't really care one way or the other.
Wait a minute, are you still impressed with fucking Ivelisse?
No, but at least she's signed to the company.
Ivelisse versus
who is she? Interest.
Diamante. That terrible fucking match they have in AEW.
I can do without Diamante altogether.
I'll tell you what, Thunder Rosa.
You can fire Diamante.
Thunder Rosa's never had a match that bad.
You can fire Diamante. She's rough. In all way, shapes, or form. Even her squash matches on Dark are not good. I don't know. I think with the red hair and everything, it's
You're just into her. Just be honest. Yeah, that's what yourself for a second. I've noticed a lot. And I might have been misjudging you for a little bit. And you know what? I might have apologized on camera. I think a lot of time me and Sadie call you a liar. When really you lied to yourself first. You don't even know you lying. You lied to yourself and then you just spit it back out. Would you just admit that you find that look or whatever about her attractive? Because talent-wise, there's no comparison between her and Thunder Rosa.
I mean, as a character, the
As a character.
The Sicario.
Oh, excuse me. I forgot that great character work she did.
The hit woman.
Who did she kill? I missed something?
Well, that's her nickname. She can.
The nickname's not a character.
It is for more wrestlers than it should be, but I don't know. I think that'd be interesting, unless they're going to show me a lot more out of Thunder Rosa.
Why does Thunder Rosa, who's probably she's better wrestling than this motherfucker, have to show you more than the motherfucker who has had the worst match I've ever seen?
Expectation, maybe. Thunder Rosa came in all heralded, being this multi-champion.
Again, expectation, it should be on you to readjust. You've seen one stink, you've seen one not stink. Why does the one that didn't stink have to show you more?
She's champion in 2 different places.
There we go. There we go. Now this.
I
just told you to readjust and you refuse. You refuse.
No.
One person has legitimately stunk. At least once I saw. And I think I've seen it twice. Oh, wait a minute. That's Hangman. Twice. She stunk twice. I've seen it like 3 times. Come on now. That's one potential, huh? Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that, Skip. Come on now.
Give it a chance.
Come on. The chance for what? Snake a Thursday? I'll pass. Thanks. Yeah, it's a good show. I like the show. Gotta be honest, I'm with FTR. All the elite can go away. You know. Is it problem with the elite? Yes, they're on TV. Outside of Hangman. Oh, you're not part of the elite anymore. Hey! Congratulations.
He wants to be, which is
so stupid.
And that's my other issue is they are chumping up Hangman Page. He was a complete badass. He was the closest Austin cosplayer, I guess, outside of Moxley. He was awesome to watch. And now he's like dejected. He said he's full of poison, so I guess he's denounced drinking now, I'm assuming.
Look, Paige, she drank on the show.
Huh?
He drank on the show.
Or maybe cutting back. I don't know, but he's at least like somber about it.
Yeah.
And he misses his friends who he didn't like at all in any way, shape, or form not that long ago.
No, I wonder if that's our main problem with it. I think it might be our main problem with it. Maybe this storyline is awesome, we just can't get past our Hangman love. Because I think they ruined him, quite frankly.
They have ruined him. He went from he should be running through people to now like I want to limit his TV time. And I certainly don't want him talking. At all. If I have a somber Hangman Page or Kenny Omega talking about anything, it's a tough call.
How much are they going to hate this? I know they have to love the elite. I don't read the comments at all, but they got to love the elite.
Of course, they could do no wrong because they're the elite.
I will say this. In directing and acting, things like this, you typically have to sacrifice for the greater good. So if they are sacrificing Hangman for the greater good of this story, I guess...
Like it's supposed to be a catalyst to get the cleaner Kenny Omega, I'm assuming.
Do we have to bury Hangman for that?
I'm saying, but and cleaner Omega, from what I've seen, match-wise, he was spectacular. I don't know what his talking was like. Hopefully not this, but
I would not be because the fucking Kane name, which might be kind of awesome actually.
Someone should bring that back.
All right.
But like I get Omega could be a lot better. I get the Bucks are natural heels because we've been hating them for most of the year at this point.
Oh yeah.
But the hottest one.
Yes. Easily.
Yeah. He's like the match that just lit the 3 candles on a birthday cake. You had a match. Who could start a fire? The birthday cake, that thing's gonna fizzle out.
Maybe FTR ruined this.
I'm hoping.
No, I mean, maybe FTR, maybe they changed the way the storyline was going to go because they signed FTR. And now you have to essentially move everything around so you can do the Bucks versus FTR.
But now, if they're in a dark place and they're both heels, and
they're not both heels, you just said it, they're in a dark place.
And the potential face team of Hangman Page and Omega's broken up, what face team do you put in there?
Probably building some big reunion with... I'm telling you, it's going to be the Elite versus the Revelation, or that ends up being the 4 Horsemen. I feel it. Yuck. Which is fine, but...
I know it sounds super frustrating, but I am excited to see what they pull out of their ass for it.
Just question how long we have to wait.
Forever. Because this is all, like, this whole thing's already gone on way too long.
I get waiting for fans from Bucks vs. FTR, even though I would be one of them looking clamoring for it. But
and I guess you gotta wait if you want to do the Hangman Page push, particularly against Omega. I get that.
at a certain point, you can't wait no more. You gotta just pull it. If you're gonna have fans or not, you gotta yank the cord.
And you already over-mic'd the crowd for Jericho's entrance, so just stick the microphones closer to the 15 fans you do have there.
Is that getting him any money? Like, I'm just thinking, like, I get why it's a Fozzy song.
Like a royalty thing?
It's Chris Jericho, right? No, I mean, like, the more often they sing it, the more fans at home watch it. They want to buy a Chris Jericho CD or whatever you buy, his streaming shit or whatever. But Jesus fucking Christ, we've heard the song before. We've heard enough, which is part of the interest now, whatever. He's a heel. He's the heel.
There's certain entrance things. Justin Roberts is going to over-enunciate. They're going to sing Jericho's song. And whenever Scorpio Sky actually gets television time, the camera will be in the air.
Fair enough. Plug?
Our battery's dying.
Oh.
On YouTube. I review Bruce Pritchard's Monday Night Raw.
How's it
I'm going to do some ECW stuff with Sid. I'm still editing that.
Post your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe.